All right. Welcome to Talk to Ya, the father and daughter podcast you've never heard of or asked for. I'm Ari.
And I'm Aaron.
That's right. Those are our names. And we are a father and daughter. And this is our podcast. And I would like to give you a belated now Happy Father's Day. It's the day after that we're filming this. But those who are viewing, it will seem extremely belated, like a week.
Well, thank you. And I had a lovely Father's Day. I think one of the reasons was you and Ariel and David were down there.
You had peace. No, and let me tell you, things just, of course, never go smoothly for us. The Sinelnikovs, we have luck in some aspects, right? Great luck, most, right? And then sometimes we get our silly little brush of typically technological, which is something we were just talking about, but something along those lines. And that sure happened. You were supposed to get an email at 1 a.m. in the morning, which means, you know, the earliest you could possibly get on Father's Day, right? From...
Well, 12:01 to be honest with you, but go ahead.
That wasn't an option. 1 a.m. was the
oh, really?
earliest. Yeah, you could set
funny.
it. Yeah. So, and I think it's so people wouldn't get confused about the day, and that's really valid. But I put that in for you to get a $200 gift card from my sister and me to you for a restaurant you've been dying to try in Napa.
Scala.
And I was really excited for you to wake up. You know, you or mom would check the emails and, oh, look what we got here, right? And so mom was in on it, right? She knew. And so she texts me, and I call you. I wish you a happy Father's Day. I don't push you to get out of bed, right? I don't say, go and check your emails. I want it to be more of a natural, organic thing.
Okay.
And so 9:45-ish is hitting, and I'm wondering why hasn't anyone called me with, overwhelming gratitude.
Thank you. Right. Thank you profusely.
Daughter of the Year award. But instead, I get a text message from mother saying, let me know when the email's coming in because I want to, plan the day with dad.
Because we didn't know that we were going to Scala on Father's Day.
And mom already had to check the email because she wanted to look for it so she could point it out to you. So I just about lose my mind. And I start panicking. I'm looking. I, at first, of course, gaslight myself. And I say, I put the wrong day. I put the wrong time. I did something wrong. And I look at the receipt that they send me. And everything's correct, including the time it says it's supposed to send out, which is 1 a.m. on June 18th, 2023. And that didn't happen. So I have to wait for these suckers to open because they're not even open yet. They open at 11:30 noonish. So I call and I get directed like three. At first, usually the initial person who calls is typically the host, right? Typically not management. They're like, do you mind if I direct you to management so they can handle this? Absolutely. Directed. I think it was either an assistant manager or floor, like the shift manager, right? And they go, do you mind if I direct you to the general manager? No problem. So this is clearly an issue. But no, and you know me, I'm a delight. I'm a fucking delight when it comes to customer service.
Yes, you are.
And so, no problems. And finally I get the help I'm so desperately needed. And of course, I'm really not about the semantics. I don't really care I know everyone's just trying to do their job and protect their job. And so basically what I'm told while we're on the phone is, I think it just sent out. Like, as in like, it just happened to send out, as if they didn't like just press a button to resend it out.
Are you kidding me?
You know what I mean? But it's okay.
Do we look like suckers?
Listen. I'm on my growth journey, and I know not everyone is the best at taking accountability in the way I am, right? I'm gonna put it in that sense.
That's so sweet of you.
I'm incredible in taking accountability. Not everyone has that skill that I do. So I give this gentleman the benefit of the doubt.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Go ahead.
No. Yeah, continue.
The food better be good, okay?
I
Because
know.
sounds like the staff ain't doing too good, okay?
No, it's not their fault. It was an issue on that, but sometimes people try to cover a little too much. Nevertheless, you have $200 there, and you better spend it wisely.
Wisely, that'll take care of me, okay?
Now listen,
Yeah.
while I'm on that subject, I do also have to give a review very briefly about a restaurant that I did mention I was going to
Ooh,
go to.
yeah.
I did
Horses.
mention I was going to go to Horses.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, no, that was,
but briefly remind the folks
I'll briefly remind the folks the scandal at hand.
and make sure that it's not what's the word, that we can get sued for
Exactly.
for the accusation.
No, exactly. So I'm gonna,
let's put the word alleged.
I'm going to use legalese.
Alleged.
There is an alleged story about the infamous Horses on Sunset, and it's somewhere obviously I'd been wanting to go for a while. Hard to get into, hard to get reservations. Still is, mind you, after this scandal. And that scandal is that there was an alleged walking in on, and that
wife?
walking in on was the wife, who was one of the owners, to
Walking
the husband, other owner. And to put this in the most, I know a lot of friends and family are watching, so I'm going to put this in the best way I can. He was
pleasuring.
Yeah. He was tooting his flute to actually, like, himself unaliving cats.
What?
Unaliving.
Unaliving.
De-aliving.
Okay, so let's just
deathing.
He's jerking off to killing cats.
Yeah.
And it's a real thing. And the guy left the country, right?
He fled, allegedly.
He fled. So
allegedly.
He's not around.
Yeah, nowhere to be found.
And they're closing down the restaurant.
Because all the investors said, yeah, we don't want to deal with any of that mess.
Which I understand.
However, do too, but have they tried the Cornish cane hen? I'm just wondering.
So tell us. It was really good, huh?
Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Okay, so first of all, we get in. They already accommodate us because we pool. And I don't typically pool these things, but I pooled it because, what do they have to lose? It was a 2 reservation. And this is a place where, 1, still hard to get reservations. 2, you have to put your credit card down, because if you cancel within 24 hours, you get charged $45. So it's that serious, right? Mm-hmm. We bring in my friend an extra because, I'm already hanging out with her. We're having a fun night. Let's just see. I mean, it's extra money. Of course, they're immediately accommodating because it's my friend Maddie, who's a stunning model and a kindest soul. So I think they're just like, perfect. they
you
see
gotta
her
let
and they're
her
like,
in.
Gotta let her in. And also, like I said, extra money. Like I don't see why they wouldn't, and
they got a foretop for you guys.
Yeah, no, they did, because at first I thought they were just going to squeeze us in a booth. They gave us a foretop. And we start with drinks. I get sarsaparilla with, it's a brandy, root beer, and I think they have one more other thing that I can't even remember in there. Really good. And I felt like I like how it was like a glorified ranch inside with my sarsaparilla. I felt like a luxurious cowboy. And so that was delicious. They bring in the bread and butter, which also, by the way, we immediately request. We immediately are like, bread and butter, you know what we want. The bread, of course, fresh, hot, piping hot. The butter, which is what everyone knows, it's a giant, it's like this big, giant square of butter with a horse head basically ingrained on it. That's their signature. Now, this butter, I could literally lick off my armpit. it
Salted
was
butter? Was it salted?
it was salted and herbed and
Oh,
spiced, and
an herb butter.
I think it was, you know what, and of
That's
course
good.
I'm probably gonna. I've only heard this term out loud. I always see it written down, so I
Yeah,
never know if I'm pronouncing it correctly.
yeah.
Herb de Provence.
Herb de Provence, yeah.
I think that's what was in there.
Downtown where we like to eat with the chef uh, on Sacramento Street. Tavern.
Wayfair Tavern.
Wayfair Tavern has that herb butter that is just.
Yes, incredible. So that's what they give us. And then, of course, we order their iconic Caesar salad, which everyone and their mother knows about. And that salad, I'm angry thinking about it, that I might not be able to have it again. I'm gonna try and get one more reservation before they close. But
Better
it was
than Boa.
so good, better than Boa. And I'm sorry, Boa. I know this is painful to hear, but oh my God, you have to figure out what they got going on there. And they do the one thing that most people don't love with salads, but get away with it, where they give you the big long iceberg lettuce. But you want it because it's like a piece of something you're eating. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because it's that lathered.
It's butter. No, not iceberg.
It's but it's like the longer. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that they put in the other salad with the cheese.
Exactly.
Yeah, I forget.
Don't get me wrong. That's not
You can cut it nicely.
You can
it's
cut
in
it,
chunks.
but it's all that matters is that it's lathered in the Caesar dressing and lathered in. I mean, they killed it with that.
It was good.
So
wow.
So good. So then, this was also really funny. Before we got our food, they they went to just our table. They didn't do this to any other table in the whole restaurant. They gave us Horses brand crayons and said, "You guys look like some creatives." And I don't know if that was shade or not, but regardless,
So it's white paper over a tablecloth?
Yeah. And so we were coloring away. We played a game.
And this is a really nice interior.
Super
gorgeous.
Nice. Super nice.
Yeah.
But again, they have it like ranch styled. It's like, I don't know. It's like still
But
kind of like barn, but really nice and clean. And like
and nobody else.
No one else had those fucking crayons but us. And they were right to give it, but also wrong to give it. Cause like, not only were we, of course we were playing like hangman and like drawing, and like everyone's drawing their nice drawings. I drew a giant rack on the table. Just a giant pair of boobs.
I thought rack a lamb. Anyway.
And so when he gave us the check, he said something along the lines of like, "Oh, I'm seeing some things," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know." So then, of course, we get our main dish. Like I said, got the Cornish game hen, which you can't find a lot of places.
Very rare.
And it usually takes a while. I got mine meal first before they got their pasta.
Yeah, they must pre-cook it, keep it warm.
That's what I'm thinking.
Hit at the end.
It's in a dandelion I think it was called a parpadel, something like pappardelle, something like that. Delicious. They had these like croutons in there that were like and then they had like spinach under or some sort of green that was like delicious. It was so good. And before we went out, I had eaten like a slice of pizza and a churro and had drinks at this event, which was stupid. But I was like, I knew I would be able to eat everything, and I did.
Hold on. I can't reach. If I can't. Yeah.
Oh, your pause?
No.
Oh.
No. Let me just.
While you get that
show the folks. Yeah, no, you keep talking, and I'm going to show the folks.
While you get that set up, Maddie and my friend Cass, they got the same thing, which was the saffron pasta, and oh my God, what else is in it? There was something else in it, but it was an incredible spaghetti. I've never had anything. Or it wasn't spaghetti. It's like a linguine. Oh, yeah, that's my Cornish game hen.
Look at that.
Is
that beautiful?
I mean, I'm sorry to vegans.
Are those capers?
There, but...
Are those capers?
No. That's
peppercorn
the greens. Wait, what are you looking at? The little peppercorn. Yeah, that was peppercorn.
All right, very nice. So the horses. Hey, wait. Talking about horses. Wait a minute. This just came to mind.
Hey, it's for horses.
All right, let me throw this away. Okay. I have been for many years now, and now I have somewhere where I can actually talk to more than one person about it.
Right.
Been bothered by the lack of glue on envelopes.
I see the transition here.
So,
oh lordy, lord,
yeah. Now look,
I'm
I
assuming less
don't
toxins.
typically. No, they've cheapened everything. In other words,
That's true.
Don't get me wrong. Whatever we used to have on those envelopes could probably kill you.
Yeah.
As George Costanza's fiance died, right, from the thing. But right, the envelope. Remember the glue on the envelope?
I mean, it's
but
just
in today's world, it's probably
you're a Seinfeld encyclopedia. Continue.
Thank you. But this thing, so, and I don't use much envelopes, but once in a while I do. And first of all, you have to go around and find something wet because you really don't want to. And then when you get it down, it does not. I don't care what, it doesn't go all the way down.
Yeah.
And these are business stuff, so I end up unprofessionally taking a little piece of tape, and taping the damn thing because I want to make sure it doesn't open versus looking like an idiot with the tape. Go ahead.
You should. You know what you should do?
What?
You should get little company stickers.
Like Mom has the.
Well, no, because those are a bitch to press down. I didn't like that.
But they have stickers that
like
look
stickers that you could just put on. You know what I mean? And
good idea.
And then it's cute, or even your name. I don't know.
Good
idea.
Puppy. A puppy.
I'm just saying, I have a solution for your problem,
Warriors.
Aaron.
Okay. But anyway, I've been upset for many, many years over this.
I know. Here's what I can tell you. They're very sensitive now to the wetness. So what you have to do, this is my strategy, works every time.
Okay.
You turn on a faucet, turn it off. You get a pinky, you dab the faucet, you line, and you have to be quick because if it gets too wet in one spot, that will loosen up the glue way too much. You do a quick line. That's why they want you to lick it, because your saliva has less, it's not as wet to lick it as using water or a light sponge. So you have to do it, or you can just, wash your hand first, lick your finger, and then use that.
Okay. First of all, I have to.
But then you're also putting your germs.
I have to walk out of my office, which isn't far, to the little kitchenette that we have on that first floor. I can do that. I'm not doing it, but it's a good idea.
Well, I'm giving you.
And again, I don't do enough of them.
Now, you just can't use your, actual tongue, because after that story, the spider story.
Yeah, I do not. But wait. I think I know what the problem is. Because we get thousands of letters coming into our office. Thousands. Mm-hmm. And the envelopes are usually, I wonder if we're buying cheap envelopes.
Probably. All envelopes are kind of cheap, but they cheapen through time, as you're saying. And then also they're probably using less chemicals because people lick them and you don't want a lawsuit. But also, I feel like less people, I don't know how many people know the spider story like we do, but essentially a woman cut her tongue on an envelope. Allegedly, spider laid eggs, spiders crawled out of her tongue. Sounds like nightmare fuel. I don't know if it's real. It's sounds like one of those, folk tales. But regardless, it scared the hell out of me not licking an envelope. And then in general, we shouldn't really just be licking things like that are just being manhandled all the time.
I believe I'm correct. Allegedly.
Mm-hmm. We love that word today.
Rocky Road. The Rocky Road.
The ice cream?
Candy.
Candy.
Bar, which is made in Oakland. Was. I think it probably still is. They had to shut down the factory one time because it was inundated with rats. Okay. Allegedly. Okay. No, I'm just saying.
What does that have to do with envelopes?
The spiders and the envelopes and the thing, and then rats.
That's a real reach, I'll tell you that. It's a reach.
All right. Can I tell you one other thing that's really been bothering me?
Yeah. You will anyway.
Again, for at least a good 10 years, and I've just...
A decade.
In the old days, zippers, you would have to burn them to break them, okay? In today's world, the zippers are the worst, and they break all the time. Nice jackets, nice sweaters, nice pants.
Do you think it's jeans. The lack of lead?
Lack of lead.
It's
I,
because we took lead out of everything and now everything stopped working. Is
no,
that the
listen, lead, asbestos. Yeah, no, listen, I mean, listen, here's what I'm saying. Try to find, I found it. It's not like impossible, but it's very difficult in the stores now to get Adidas running wear with the zippered pants and the zippered jackets. You can get
Adidas
them.
is considered whatchamacallit now though. Like if you get designer stuff, you'll get a nice zipper. But Adidas is now in department stores. So yeah, if you're getting something
Well,
from a
Macy's
department store, of
May,
course.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, I get them. Okay, the
Oh
point of
yeah.
it,
But
the
also
point of it is,
you are getting older. Your fingers, they're getting less tactile.
listen.
I'm not
The
trying to
only good
gaslight you
zipper
here.
is jean zippers.
Only good zipper is a dead one.
That's it. So glue and zippers, I've poured my
Yeah.
heart out now.
Yeah, I'm not, it's funny. I throat singing there. I don't have a lot of things with zippers on them. So maybe that's just a struggle I deal with less.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my things are zipperless. I'm not a jean wearer anyway.
Right. Yeah. And I'm a jean wearer every day.
So most of my jackets have buttons or pullover. I have like maybe two.
So you don't have the same struggle that I do.
No. That's maybe where you can that's where your community maybe can like really feel represented in the struggling with zipper community. That's where
I just would like zippers to be better than what they
yeah.
are. Oh,
No,
by the
speak your
way,
truth, Ken.
finally, I'm going to speak my final truth. On jackets, do you know how when you pull the zipper down and the jacket, pulls away, like the zipper thing's still there, but the jacket, okay, happens all the time. I'm buying
Right.
good stuff, as you know. I'm not buying crap. So I'm just telling you that I'm extremely
Well, speaking of
frustrated.
jacket, horses was great too. And
You had a whale of a time there, didn't you?
oh, and speaking of whales.
Speaking of whales.
Yeah, speaking of whales, I actually
Yeah.
have something to tell you about whales. Have you been hearing about orcas lately?
Not really.
Well, let me tell you, they're angry. They're on a rampage.
Yeah.
Orcas are retaliating, and we're trying to figure out why. Lately, killer whales. I mean, that's why it is in their name. And I think you know what? That's probably a unfair name because they're just responding to their environment and people in their environment. So they just kill us, and maybe whatever their prey is or are. Regardless, they're coming after boats lately, now more than ever. We're trying to figure out why. A lot of people have like environmentalist theory, on it because they're very in tune with the environment. But yeah, I think it's kind of funny. I do.
Funny.
I think it's a little funny.
Would you like to be on that boat and see how funny that is?
Of course not, but I'm not that. I don't go on boats.
Oh, okay, but go ahead.
If it was environmental retaliation,
Are they just bumping the boats? Is that what they're doing? Like bumping them?
As far as I'm aware, they're trying to push them over, and they're retaliating hard. Like, and I think they're coming under. Like, I've been seeing so many news reports on orca whales just not having it, and I think, obviously, we're doing something wrong here.
Does this all happen in the water? No. Here's what I want to know. What part of the world do you happen to know?
I literally just got a news notification. Hold on. It's happening to a lot of yachts. That's what I knew in the Pacific.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
They're just rich people. We don't.
No, that's my point. Oh,
that's what you thought was funny.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't clarify that well enough. But
it's not hilarious, but there's some humor involved. So
there's some humor involved
in the Pacific.
Pacific. I actually
like probably Hawaii and stuff. Hawaii.
I don't know. I don't know. I've just it's one of those things I'm just seeing around a lot, and I didn't look too much into. But I wanted to open discussion for it.
Okay.
And
not
maybe
interested
we can
in discussing it, but I find it amusing. Just the fact that they're coming after us like the aliens are now. Because now we know
Exactly. And listen,
that's
I
happening.
fully invite them. I've been saying this since day freaking one. Come and
Come
get
on
us.
down.
Because
Right.
listen, there needs to be someone that needs to teach us a lesson over here.
Right.
And I feel like
And
if
this
they're
100-footer that came out of one the other day in Vegas, supposedly, right? They could
listen,
teach us a big lesson.
it'd be nice to be humbled a little bit, for planet Earth to be humbled a little bit. And from my listen, I'm not a genius, okay? I'm pretty smart. I'm no genius here, and I'm no
Right.
alien genius.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do know is from my readings and watchings
Mm-hmm.
that if they are as advanced as we know them to be, I would only assume them to be more evolved as a species than us, which means on a moral scale as well.
Yeah, that may very well be the case. They may be beyond that. They may be robotic, and therefore, they're not
That's
even
our
really living
assumption, though,
organisms.
because that's what we
No,
want. That's
could
what we
be, could
assume.
be.
The human mind, we assume everything. We can't fathom things to be more advanced than us.
Oh
It's
no,
hard
I
for us to
can.
fathom. And if we
My
do,
neighbor's smarter than me. No.
and if we do, it's a threat to us, which is why we have military reaction, and that's the worst thing we could do. And that's what a lot of these scientists who are really
Yeah.
looking into this are saying. Is saying, put the freaking guns down, bro. Let's just interact because they're gonna figure out a way to anyway. And I always listen. I think I'd get along with them just fine if we found a way to communicate.
I agree with about 90% of what you're saying, but here's the other side of the story.
Ah, here we go.
And I
The
really,
alien racist.
I believe this now. I didn't years ago. That they actually have caught. Like there's been crashes. Wait.
Yeah.
So this is my point to the thinking they're infallible when they're not infallible either.
Well,
Think
no,
about
but
that.
No one is. No one is.
No, I don't. Maybe someone is. We don't know.
Dad,
but they're not because they crashed.
In the billions or however long you personally believe Earth has been around and we've been around as a species.
16, 17 years, I think.
Yeah, right. This has been a rare occurrence. This is considered a rare occurrence, which means whatever's out there, right, is doing a very good job at staying hidden.
No, not hidden.
And occasionally,
not crashing. Not
and
crashing.
Occasionally, this will happen. I mean, humans as advanced we are, look at us. We're an embarrassment.
No, I think they're millions ahead of us.
So, but yeah, there is alleged that we have at Area 51 dead anatomies of these terrestrials. And also, I think at one point, we were able to sustain life for a little bit, but they're cryogenically frozen. Either way, welcome, brothers and sisters. I welcome you. If you smoke pot, come over.
More importantly than all of that is Vanderpump Rules.
Music to my ears, and the people are getting so sick of us. They are, but listen, I don't care because guess
we
what?
Love it. We
love it, and this is actually if you don't love it, you're in luck because the show's over now. So this is basically our wrap up of this incredible journey that we've been going on.
Couple of little things before we start because we're going to get to the sit down, to the reunion.
Right.
And then we're going to get to the secrets, okay? But couple of just updates. Number one, Ariana, over $1 million in commercial, in her salary, $600,000 I heard.
And let's hope she's not the only Ariana that gets that this year. Am I right?
I hope you're right, baby. Bix, shavers,
the
Uber,
batteries,
Duracell batteries. Her and Sheena threw the first pitch out at the San Diego Padres game. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
she's killing it.
The store is not, it's almost like the door's almost ready to open up.
Yeah,
in the sandwich
literally,
store.
if every time I've walked by, everything's in there. It's all set up. I've seen them on social media do bread tastings, all of that. It seems like, and listen, they were assuming the beginning of this month, there's always a delay.
Oh yeah.
I really only seeing like a month delay. I can see them being opening very soon. Now, this would be something else, and I can see them doing this. Ariana's
Mm-hmm.
birthday is coming up. Maybe they might open around her birthday, make it a whole thing. That would be really smart of them. I don't know if she wants to center her birthday around that, maybe not, but I think that would be a really good way to celebrate, get a lot of people in, yada yada.
Bloomingdale's, I forgot.
Yes.
Modeling for Bloomingdale's.
Yeah.
Sandwich
Well,
shop.
yeah,
Ariana. Okay. Let's get down to the sit down. Well, I always call it the sit down. Everybody calls it the
the
reunion.
reunion. I mean,
I
that's
just
what
it's like
that's what
it's
the
like
show is
mafia
literally
to me.
called.
Like, hey, we're at the sit down.
We're sitting down.
All right. And this is the last one, and so of course Raquel finally comes on stage, and Sheena, of course, has to go 100 yards away.
Yeah. With her little White Claw and sun chips.
Right.
And I just love, all the work she's had done. You can see the shock, but only through her eyes, not through the rest of her face. So I was
like, yeah. No, it was, that was a little scary, I have to say.
A lot of these girls get it done for the camera, and then it gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank God. I mean, I'm glad that, like, for example, like, Ariana, who I don't know, I'm not going to say she's had nothing done, right?
Yeah.
But like, it doesn't look. She doesn't
look like it.
It doesn't, and if it does, she gets the most natural thing, and that's what you do,
And we want to go to that guy.
Yeah.
But anyway, it starts off with Raquel coming in, and of course, Tom's eyes his head's down like this when Raquel walks.
But his eyebrows are still like.
Ariana is like not all the way down, looking kind of straight in, and then you see, like, I think James was looking, and all I was anyway. The point of it is she walks in and she sits down, and so okay,
you can feel the tension.
This is where, and it happened pretty quick, where you really now, I really believe she has ice running through that girl's veins.
Yes.
There was rumors, which, it wasn't even a rumor. It's like, maybe she was on medication. There's no way, because that girl hardly cried at all. When you're on some of these medications and you get emotional about something, I don't care how happy you think you are,
right?
You're gonna be uncontrollable,
right?
Never happened from stem to stern in this entire sit down, right?
No, at all. And then they go in the back room and they're giggling.
Yeah, well, she's
changing
kind of
and giggling
and changing in front of the camera, by the way.
Yeah, which is like, you don't
playing
need to do
the
all
role.
That.
I mean, this girl. I mean, she.
No, she is.
Come on. I am not only not going to be embarrassed by what really happened here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take, responsibility, which we'll talk about in a minute. But now she's going in with the boyfriend, and she's just taking off her clothes so that she can get. I mean, cool as a cucumber. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. But anyway, she sits down and she starts apologizing right off the bat.
Yeah,
with
she
the
says,
normal words.
Yeah, she says basically the basics and not even like, essentially like the bare minimum. And she even said, like, Raquel goes, I know it was selfish, and Ariana goes, selfish doesn't even cut it, know, and she is right. But then she goes in, and it is really funny. Ariana went in, and she used she basically said, she responded with the hurt she was feeling and said the most hurtful thing she can say back, which is completely understandable and is completely human and completely, honestly, at this point, I can see if that's some of the only ways you can cope with that during that time, because you're just so angry and upset.
Listen, okay. Before we actually get to that reaction, what I thought was funny was when after Raquel starts apologizing to this and that, she starts to say, and I was very uncomfortable at Lake Havasu.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable, really? Geez, I wonder why. Like when you were in the car and you were having a panic attack because the girls are thinking it's something else. She's thinking, I'm sitting with these girls with this, and I'm screwing this guy, and I'm in the car with these girls.
Yep.
And I mean, that's what really happened.
Honestly, You know what? I mean, you could be right, but I truly believe in my heart she really doesn't believe what she did was that wrong, just the fact that she was caught in it. Like, and even when she kind of like talks about, she's like, who does that? Who sleeps with someone's boyfriend? Like, she was like crying at her own actions. I think she was just more upset about the fact that this all now how she looks to people.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Lake Havasu panic attack was about being stuck with all those girls, knowing how much they hate her. Because unlike when
Well,
she's
they were
around,
getting along. Oh, they were kind of getting along,
they
especially
were
after that, right?
after that, but there's still tension. And then when you're stuck with that, when you have to stay with them, like I can see with like everything building up, it just finally cracked. And once they brought up James, like even if Raquel had no feelings for James, she spent so much time with him. You know what I mean? That when they brought that up, I think that swung her off guard. You know what I mean? Like, I
Could have,
think that
yeah.
was just something that took her off guard. But I really believe she was just truly, like she said, truly uncomfortable being around those girls and truly couldn't stand, like, it probably was just really like she usually had Sandoval or someone around in other trips and other situations as like a comfort, but she didn't have that until Charlie came. And then as soon as Charlie came, they left.
Yeah.
So I
All
don't
right.
know. Regardless, she seems to be saying it's not like she's defending her actions. You know what I mean? Like I think she's just like, yep, cat's
No,
out of the bag.
yeah,
This is all I can do.
I think she thinks that whatever it took to get there, that was the best
Worth it.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
which we're not laughing at because I don't even know if they're together right now, which is a whole nother story.
Oh, they're definitely not together because they're like he's been seen with people. He's been seen. It's a whole thing now. But regardless, he is like, I mean, getting berated in public.
Well, we're going to talk about the T-shirt and all that.
Yeah. Oh,
Right after this, it's still at the beginning.
yeah.
Andy gets in about Lisa's restaurant in Vegas, like as an advertisement.
Right.
I thought that was really hokey.
Of
I
course,
really do,
but
man.
but she that's
But
their deal.
but she's a producer. Anyway, so Raquel basically says, with
The Oliver.
well, they talked about the Oliver thing, but the thing that she's not going to be a people pleaser anymore. She's going to do
such a funny thing to say in that position.
Right. Well,
I'm like,
you were pleasing the people.
Yeah.
You were pleasing the people.
You're only pleasing one guy, okay?
Right. But I was super selfish, and then that's when Ariana, like you said, Ariana really went in.
Doesn't cut it.
And I'm just going to say, because you and I disagree about this, but I'm not upset with Ariana, what she said and how she said it, as much as I thought it could be a little classier to get the same kind of result in just a little classier way. But that's just me.
And this is, listen. You want the best for her. You want her to be looked at in the best light. I get that. You have a parasocial relationship with her.
Okay.
That I mean, no, I do too. Like we know these people,
Right.
But my thing is, if you're on the show, you're already kind of going against what is classy and what isn't.
True. True.
And two, that for her, she's not just doing this for her. She's doing it for a lot of people.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that got satisfaction. People I also know personally.
Her fans too. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that got a lot of satisfaction from hearing this her get to fully let out her anger and frustration and kind of, and again, I wouldn't, like, I personally would say different things. Like Ariana and I were both Cancer, so we do go for the guttural, but like there's different, I would have tried to be unbothered like Raquel was doing, because I wouldn't want her to get any emotion out of me, but that's like how I view things. But I still would be showing it some other way, obviously.
No, again, even the way Ariana went at her, I mean, Raquel just,
I know.
I'm telling you, I look very
Stoic.
hard. I'm no doctor. I didn't see that girl on any medication.
Yeah.
First of all,
Just
she really believes, that everything's, remember she said, and they all think that we're liars, but we know we're not. Well,
like,
well, yes, you are. I mean,
yeah,
you're lying about that. You
she
just
just
lied
really,
about lying.
I think she's really stuck. Like I think she's a pageant girl who's stuck in a pageant mindset where
Yeah,
everything is this performance that she has to put on and
yeah.
everything's a competition and everything needs to be won.
Okay.
And in this situation, she's just trying to now cover her ass and cover her reputation, which I mean is really hard
It
to do
can't
at
be.
this point.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough. All right.
And with Ariana, she's allowed to get away with saying a lot right now
Of
and still being the
course.
queen, which I kind of love.
I know.
And what I love too is, Sandoval's doing this thing where he keeps trying to like kind of knock her and find different ways, and it keeps making him look worse. Like he could at this point say she was beating the shit out of me and no one would believe him, even if she was, which is actually kind of sad, but like,
No,
also
he is
like
a really big liar.
he's
I mean,
a
like a
huge
really
liar.
liar. And a couple of episodes back or whatever, he actually was talking about they were doing a trick on. I don't quite remember, but he was teaching us how to lie on television.
Yeah.
Remember this? I forgot the whole.
Well, with and during the reunion, so Ariana makes the comment like you were coaching her, and then she kind of brought up an example of how he coached Ariana back at the reunion. And he goes, "No, you were coaching me." And then she goes, "No, you literally said if you talk over someone, like keep talking over them and their point won't be made or won't be shown."
Right.
And he's like, "No, you talk," like he keeps trying to throw it back to her, which is just like so stupid of him, because it's like, you can't just do the "no, you did that" and think people will believe you. He's delusional. But it's so
anyway, I just want to mention,
yeah.
Now that it stops for a minute, a commercial comes on. What's the commercial? Good as gold. Uber commercial.
Uber one is good as gold.
I mean, brilliant, great commercial. They look fantastic.
Oh my god, they look so good. It's about fucking time that Good as Gold gets its rewards, because let me tell you, that is pop genius. I know I've said it before. Put it on the radio. Put it in everything, because Good as Gold. I mean,
except when she sang it.
I love. See, and yeah, no, I love it.
But on the commercial,
I love it.
Commercial's great. All right, Good as Gold. Now,
and
let's
talk about little Sheena's reactions. The whole reunion. I love how they cut to her in the trailer.
I know.
Like, I want to throw my drink, and like I love her reaction.
But I can't.
Yeah, and it's so funny because she's so. What I love about Sheena is, even though she has been caught lying or kind of covering up things before, she's not really good at it. So the like real Sheena, you can always tell when it's coming out, because like, she was trying to cover up for the whole like Raquel thing, right? She did technically assault her, technically it's not, it shouldn't have been charged in my opinion, but yeah. And so when she kind of even made the comment about wanting to throw the drink, you could see on her face like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. You know what I mean? Like, whoops.
Or when Tom starts talking about, and she goes, Tom, shut up. Stop talking.
Oh, yeah.
Because of what was really said on that telephone call.
Exactly.
All right. Comes back from the commercial, which is just like watching Vanderpump Rules, because we're watching them on the commercial, which is great. Okay. And now they start talking about Katie. And the comment that Katie makes was that the kiss that they had between Tom Schwartz and Raquel was like a father-daughter kiss.
I also love Katie did so good this reunion with her comments. Like, you're a serial killer's wet dream.
That was brilliant.
Brilliant. Honestly, I love, and this makes so much sense. Like, obvious, this is like a given. I've liked her so much more since they've split up, obviously.
Absolutely.
Like, she is like, and like, I follow her on social media. She is so happy now, and so like, it makes me so happy to see, because it's like, she's had her moments where she doesn't look great, as she would admit to, you know what I mean? And what we've learned about like the history with Tequila Kaylee, right? and seeing like a complete 180, her chilling out, being more of a stoner chiller, having fun. She's going out a lot. She has like a lot of different friend groups. It's not just the Vanderpump people. You know what I mean? Love to see it. Love to see.
And she feels and said she now feels empowered.
Which is so nice to see. And like, she's one of the people too, like, you can see on her face, it's like real emotion. It's not like she's doing some sort of dramatic, like, she is really going through something.
Oh, she don't
and, like,
fake
coping.
Out. No, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever
which is what I appreciate about her.
Yeah,
She's one of, like, you know, the people that she really puts her life on there, shows it, doesn't complain about it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have to get, you know, hats off to her for that. But yeah, I loved her going in on Schwartz and watching her, like the little things that she would say. And like every time she had something, but for the most part, she got to keep her peace and sit back. And I think she got to enjoy that for once, she wasn't the one being humiliated. It wasn't her relationship on the line.
Yeah.
She got to sit back, support her friend, you know, and occasionally chime in. But like, I think that was a huge weight off her shoulders.
Yeah, no, I think so. No, that was a very good point.
Can't wait to try those sandwiches too.
There you go. All right. So now, not a shocker. A throuple.
Okay. So I can't tell if she was being for real or not. I really can't, because there's two reasons why you would say that if you meant it. One, like, you know, obviously if you actually meant it, to kind of justify your actions of like, I love you, I love him. This is where it got all tangled up and I'm, you know, an idiot. And maybe that's like her kind of excuse in all of it too. And then two, I don't know. I actually think personally, and someone mentioned this before, I think either Ariana or Sheena did. She had mentioned threesomes before to look hot in front of another guy. So I think she said it. Yeah, I think she said it to look like, and the only reason why I could think of either of them saying that, because, you know, all those girls kiss each other and they all do, you know, especially, you know, Sheena, who gets mad at people for not kissing her.
Because they don't kiss her first.
We've never seen Raquel do that with any of them, right? And we've never seen them be super touchy, lovey, like, you can so tell in female friendships who shares affection and who doesn't, whether it's a homoerotic thing or not. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it doesn't seem like Raquel typically even shows that level of affection. So, like, if they're saying that, I think it's probably because they haven't experienced that affection with her, so they don't buy it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like,
listen, it could have been a pitch. I don't know what it was. I just found it, woo, you know, like.
Why would you admit that?
And
yeah.
Tom says, you know, Ariana wouldn't go for it. Well, here's the point. Tom ain't going for it. So
Tom
in other
ain't
words,
going for it
who
either,
cares what Ariana's thinking? Because Tom don't care what Ariana's thinking. If he cared what he's thinking, he wouldn't be with Raquel.
Also, something got addressed on the reunion, which we've been saying for a while and talking about and have brought up as a, not to be a devil's advocate, but to just be fair about the situation. Mm-hmm. We always brought up Ariana and Lala, how that was technically cheating. Right. It was confirmed at the reunion that, because Lala said she asked Tom and Tom said it was fine.
That's
so,
right.
Hey, if you get that confirmation,
it ain't
bets
cheating.
are off.
It ain't cheating.
It's not cheating. And I think Lala even implied if he wasn't driving, he would have been in on it.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right,
it was just that situation.
I believe she did say,
so it was like a collective thing. Tom was just pissed because he wasn't a part of it. And so now that I think about it, him going to his friends and telling that, now I can see why Ariana got mad at him. You know what I mean? About that situation. Because it was their business.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. So now Tom complains.
I'm sorry. I have to say this though. Yeah. I love that Lala goes, and I love her so much because Tom goes, you don't love her. I love her so much. I ate her cookie and I'd do it again.
Right.
That was the best thing.
You know what? She talks like the toughest girl in the world, and she wouldn't hit a fly because she's.
I know.
She's scared.
I know.
She won't hit people.
No,
she does everything but.
She's like James. That's why her and James are perfect for each other because they're all, you know, which is why I did love for once them yapping together the whole reunion. They did.
Well,
He's so
James,
good.
come on. James, I don't know if he coined this word. He probably didn't, but I've never heard it before. When he starts saying basically, I don't know this thing with Tom and Rock. It's incesty.
Oh yeah, incestuous.
No, but he said
Oh, incesty,
incesty.
incesty.
Have you
Yeah,
heard that term before?
probably. I've heard people say like incesty, like you know how people say
Okay.
that's like rapey or this thing,
No,
or
no,
like,
I know.
like
I haven't heard it, so I
incesty.
don't know if he made it up, which I couldn't figure that he did because
Yeah,
he's not smart. But
but yeah,
you know,
he's right.
no, but it was funny. I
Yeah,
loved it
and
because
then
it was kind of there's
yeah,
Schwartz and and
yeah.
he goes, and then we never got an answer from Raquel when it's Tom, and Raquel over here, and he goes, well, something about a kiss, and well, you had something for me, didn't you? Didn't Tom Schwartz say? And we couldn't hear Raquel's answer. Do you remember this?
No, wait,
Yeah, well,
you
he
had
was
something for
trying,
me, like.
kind of like, didn't
Oh,
we
you had
have
a thing for
something?
me. Oh, we had something going on. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Sorry, I thought, yeah.
yeah. And it's
Um,
like, but she didn't
she
really. He
no, she
talked
didn't
over
answer
her.
it.
Well,
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
talked, but you couldn't hear what she said. I was dying to hear what she
I
said.
think she said something along the lines of like, well, yeah,
We did.
but like, and I think it's very obvious. And Katie said this, and she's genius. This is so smart for thinking of this. Raquel did that thing with Schwartz to make Sandoval jealous because she was still having things with like Sandoval, but also it was like a perfect cover up knowing that Sandoval wouldn't get mad about it because it
Couldn't.
couldn't get mad about it because it would blow the cover. So she did that to kind of fuck with both of them, you know what I mean? But
Oh yeah,
mainly
no, this is.
Sandoval.
I'm telling
Sandoval at
you,
the end of
this
the
is
day.
another reason why this girl's got ice in her veins.
Insane. And just like, I mean, everything's transactional. Her relationships are all
Yeah,
transactional.
yeah.
I found
Speaking
out
of
recently
transactional,
too,
yeah, go ahead.
the friend that she came in when I met her the first
Yeah,
time at her
yeah,
job,
yeah.
she apparently told that friend, so that friend has been gone on trips and stuff with her, I guess part of the show, or like was, I guess like either like there was one of the trips that she went to that was part of the show, and Raquel told her, oh, they're not letting you be on the show, so you can't stay with me. But the production company had no problem with her staying with her. She just wouldn't be on camera.
Wouldn't be
It was
filmed.
something along those lines. But she lied to her friend, that friend, because that friend is the one that like is been sticking with her through everything after James, everything, that she couldn't stay in the same hotel room because Sandoval was staying over with her. So that was like another lie that they ended up finding out. But
Very
what were you going to say about
interesting.
transactional?
Well, that James says, quote unquote, that Allie's an upgrade from Raquel, which they're both downgrades. Number one, but
Well, I
I
was no, not for James. They're both out of James's league.
way out of James's league. But he's saying Allie's an upgrade from Raquel.
Oh, I know, but I mean,
Allie is great. Listen, if you want to
let's put it
fall
this way.
asleep,
Let's put it this way. That's not even a way to refer to any of them. Like
I
people in
understand
general,
that,
you
but
know.
this is James talking. Look, here's what I'm saying. If you ever have a hard time sleeping, just listen to Allie all night. You'll fall asleep really fast. She
I don't
is
think she's
droll.
really.
She's
But
droll.
I think it's. I don't know. I think that's such
She's
a.
L.A. Valley droll. That's the best way to.
Yeah, but it's like kind of like funny. I don't know. I don't see a problem with it. And
I
the
don't
fact
like
that
her.
the
I don't
fact
like
that
him,
she
but I don't like
shits
her.
on James is really funny.
Well, no,
You don't like her because you know she has ulterior motives.
of
That's why you
course.
don't like
Yeah,
her.
but it doesn't
So,
bother me with James.
what do you mean? Oh yeah.
James
I know.
concluded that Raquel was doing exactly what Allie
Allie's
is doing now.
Exactly.
He didn't realize it till later.
Of
And
course.
then he said, "This is what you did. You
Yeah,
went
which
to
is
meet
why
me."
I like Allie on the show, because she's a funny character who shits on James, and it's funny to watch.
Yeah, and he takes it, boy.
I know. That's why it's funny. Like, I'm like, oh my God, she's putting him in his place. Yeah.
All
So
right.
no, I think it's funny. I mean, I think and she's obviously, faking a lot of stuff. Even the tarot stuff that they were doing was fake. Like, it was just so,
it's
like,
not even
I
what
don't know.
tarot's about. All right.
Yeah.
Then they talked about the necklace, the lightning
ball.
necklace.
Yeah.
That
The
she
$700. Yeah.
$780.
Which, by the way.
Yeah.
If you're going to spend $780 on a gold necklace, get like a nice chain or something. Why get a cheap little lightning bolt?
And Charlie's saying you never waste your money on good jewelry.
I know.
I
I'm
wanted to
like,
say to her, good jewelry? What are you
come
talking
on,
about?
Charlie.
But
Yeah.
anyway, hey, she's saying
I know.
All right.
Well, she didn't realize. She didn't realize at that time. I think she was just trying to hype her friend up, and it's like, if you think it's cute, buy it. But it's like, if I were my friend, I'd be like, bitch, get something else.
No, absolutely. All right. Now, then, Ariana, had the T-shirt, of course.
Oh my God! Out of all the things
all
you
ready
could
for
say
the day after
to respond, the T-shirts to sell.
Well, the T-shirt discussion we should have.
We'll go into that after, but yeah.
Right.
So the T-shirts, she had those ready. The something about her merch they already had planned, right? And we had this question for a while. It's finally been answered. How are they getting a lot of the money for the shop? And it's merch. And I'm not surprised whatsoever, especially post Scandival, because even at Pride alone, I saw so many of their T-shirts. And this is just at Pride.
200,000 at the time of the reunion.
Insane.
And I don't really know. I'm going to guess, because I think they were $34 or something.
Regardless. People buy it for novelty.
Yeah, what I'm telling you is I really think they made a lot of money.
Yeah.
In other words, they probably made 65% when it's all said and done.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and then since post Scandival,
that's $130, 130,000 right there.
They're set in stone. Yeah, absolutely.
And that store does not take a lot more than 130,000 to open. First of all, the equipment was already there.
Yes.
Okay, and they're making sandwiches. Yeah, so I'm saying it's decor.
And it's not like a bar. I think it's like you were saying, probably like a wine and self. The minimum.
You know how you're allowed to.
There's also,
serve.
I think one, and I could be wrong. I think there's where you can. And I think you said this too. There's like a couple of liquors, like you can, like hard liquors that you can.
Yeah, with lower content of alcohol that you're allowed to serve with. Anyway,
there's also a theory because there might be a back patio. So we'll see.
No, because they would have mentioned it. There's a front patio.
There's a front patio, but I think they're working on doing something in the back.
Oh, is there an alley back there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see, but okay. So now speaking of shirts, we're going to talk about the fucking comment that Sandoval made. Okay, so I don't care how defensive and how on attack you are. The fact that he actually said this out loud just tells me how much of lack of remorse this man has. So, they bring up how Sandoval slept with other people since Raquel. And he goes, where are you guys getting your sources? And Ariana goes, you know what I do know? You know who you've slept with since her? Me. And, because that's something Raquel probably didn't even realize too. And Sandoval goes, yeah, you had a T-shirt on, real sexy.
Mm-hmm. No, that was. I
got violent when I heard that.
Yeah, no, that's as bad as it gets.
That's really as bad as it can get because, and he's still trying to defend it. He goes, I wasn't body shaming. It doesn't matter what you were doing. You were implying that you expect your partner to be just basically naked at your disposal.
Right.
One. And two, Ariana probably looks sexy as hell in a T-shirt. What are you talking about?
Right.
She's gorgeous.
A lot of couples
he should be so lucky. Yeah.
have T-shirts on. So. And
that's another thing. You've been together for 10 fucking years, dude.
Right.
And he said it'd be like if I was wearing, because he said this to a TMZ guy.
Yeah.
It'd be like if I'm wearing pants and whipped it out and said, you probably do that. You probably have done that. He probably used that as an example because you've been together for 10 years. If you want a more interesting sex life, bring something to the table. I remember when Ariana brought him to Pride and other stuff and was doing the spanking. She was trying to, and she was having fun with it and but she probably didn't think that was the hottest thing in the world. She just wanted him to enjoy himself. Right. So I guarantee you he's the one who is not bringing anything to the table. And I mean, the infamous scene, I mean, this was seasons ago when they were having issues, and he goes, "You were having multiple orgasms." And she goes, "No, I wasn't."
No, I wasn't.
And he goes, "I would know." Yeah, fucking right, guy. And like, yeah, right.
That's why Ariana's in the movies now. She's a good actress.
Exactly.
No, that was when
Harry Met Sally. Come on.
Listen. Before the reunion, 3 people were interviewed by Andy: Ariana, Raquel, and Tom Sandoval. Right. And the thing with Sandoval, Andy said, "You know, you are like the most hated man in America."
Yeah.
I mean,
he's really hated right now.
I mean, it's sick that we have to hate somebody that's so nothing.
It is, and I know a lot of people have made the comment where it's been exaggerated. Whatever. It's
a representation of
exactly. What, he's a symbol, and there's so many and a symptom, and there's so many people, like, not just cheaters, like there's so many shitty people that.
Liars, cheaters, stealers, everything. Yeah.
All of it. Manipulators, people pleasers, like all that. Anything, honestly, if you think about it, a lot of the things wrong with our, like, current, like right now, the current issues that we are having in terms of, like, socialization, it's like Tom Sandoval is all of that. Like, he is like, so it's like, yes, this circumstance triggered it, right? But it caused people to really look into him and look into the situation and realize, oh, this guy completely sucks. Like, and this is why he's getting more hate than Jax, because with Jax, yeah, he did lie and try to seem like he was a better person.
Everybody knew what Jax was. Tom had been fooling us for a while about certain things.
And also try to put up because with Sandoval, he with Jax, he doesn't, like, I'm not going to try and I don't want to make, and like, this sickens me to even kind of like defend Jackson anyway.
Yeah.
It's almost just like, you kind of like, there's no fooling. And on top of that, and he's really at the end of the day only trying to defend himself from his own actions. Sandoval actively came after people. He actively like he was a lot more tactical about it. And then on top of that, he's affecting someone we like. Jax never really hurt anyone that we truly liked.
Yeah, that's
you know what
very
I mean?
True.
With Stassi, I mean, she was a little evil, so we were like, you kind of, that you kind of had what was coming. Not you had what was coming, but like in some ways, yeah.
I agree. And Katie, at those times when she was acting like a bitch,
Yeah.
All right.
But then
anyway,
with Brittany, we never liked Brittany to begin with. So it's like, it's not like we had an attachment. So that's just, I think it hurts more because it's someone that we really feel like didn't deserve it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it. All right. Anyway, a couple of things here, and we got to move along. And I don't know if we're going to get to secrets.
Secrets revealed. Yeah. I mean, not
couple
much
quick things. Lisa asked for compassion for Sandoval. Everybody was barfing when she said it.
Stupid. Yeah.
Sandoval and Raquel were doing the dog at the wedding in Mexico several times,
which is sickening. And that's Raquel snitched. In the end, of the reunion about not just that, but while Ariana was, gone.
Away at the with the dog's funeral.
No, her grandma's funeral. Her grandma's funeral.
Yeah, in the house.
Her dog died.
Yeah.
That's when it happened. Yeah. So, and Raquel didn't admit it, but she did by saying, we agreed to not say that. And that was the twist, which is like.
All right. And then the final thing is that, and rightfully so, Raquel feels very isolated, and that the only person, and she actually said it after, right? Talking about, I don't even know if I can trust you because of what you did with me, but you're the only person besides my family.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. All right.
Which is like now I don't even know if they talk. Like, we don't see contact between them now.
I mean, you know more about it than I do now. I don't keep in touch with the kind of stuff that you do, but what do we think now? Is she still in the booby hatch or no?
I don't know. I don't know. We haven't heard anything about her whereabouts. What we know is he is continuing to pay his band to play with him in venues where people are. My favorite. Someone held a banner up, a big banner, it was two people, and said, "Pay your mom back, Tom."
Oh God.
But you know what sucks though?
He's making money. I mean, they're selling out the shows.
He's still selling at the shows. And what sucks about,
Yeah.
everyone loves to call cancel culture, yet he's still making so much money and he's still, getting all this attention that he likes. And Ariana said it herself. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad. This scandal, the fact that his name is tied to it, he's probably getting off on it.
Yeah. No, he is the all-time narcissist, no question.
Yeah, he's like, and not only does he look like an actual evil villain, he is like,
a worm with a mustache.
A worm with a mustache, which is a perfect, if you asked AI, Chat GPT, to generate a worm with a mustache and the most evil villain in the world, it just makes Tom
You're
stand
poo-poo face. You're poo-poo.
Poo-poo
Both
face.
of you, poo-poo face. Tom.
What's funny about James' insult, he doesn't even realize how funny it is because he's like actually using them. He is like a child. He is like such a personification of a little child.
Yes.
Making fun, like the joke, the jokes he makes, the way he his tantrums, the way he whines, like the way he actually whines like a little kid. It's like, it almost like and this is like not to get too, in order to be attracted to a guy like him, you actually have to have some twisted little, almost like fetish about it, about putting a boy in his place.
Yeah. No. I
think it's gross. That's why he grosses me out.
Well, he's gross. And by the way, he bought a home, as you know.
I don't even want to.
We think it's in like Southwest Hollywood would be the best way to describe that.
No. Remember the bar that they went to that was nearby is in West Hollywood.
I know where, like near where and where.
It's like it's more like towards Target, like La Brea Target. So it's like more towards Hollywood, but it's still technically West Hollywood.
But south of, say...
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't think it's north. We
don't know where they live. We only know to the bar that they went to.
Right, I know. We're
that's
trying
nearby.
to figure it out. All right, let's go over these point by point because we don't have a whole bunch of time.
No.
First, they talk about, first scene we see, like we say, Tom Schwartz is sitting there with Katie. They're living together after they filed divorce. Tom comes into the bedroom. She's sitting there in a see-through, thing for the camera, of course. And they end up talking about, has she been dating? She says yes. He starts crying. Really, Tom? The crying should have happened a long time ago when you screwed up with the marriage in the first place.
By the way, this tells you everything about his kiss with Raquel being 100% retaliatory.
It could be.
What do you mean?
But he knew, first of all, he knew Tom was having an affair with her.
That's my point, Dad. Retaliatory towards Katie.
Tom?
Katie.
Oh.
He kissed Raquel to make Katie mad.
Well, remember...
No, come on.
No,
Be
I agree.
real with me here.
No, listen. At the end, one of the parts about The Secrets was him going out with this cute girl. Wasn't she adorable, that little girl that he was... At Belmont, they went to...
Yeah, but like, how do you think this girl's cute and think Allie is boring? That was like the same energy. That was literally the same energy.
This girl was what's the word? No, she was very animated and smiling. Okay.
Not really.
Really doesn't make a difference.
But on top of that,
what I'm saying to you,
bullshitter.
What I'm saying to you is he went in immediately on her about
the Katie
the
stuff,
kiss.
Yeah.
Like immediately tells her this. I just met this woman on a dating app. Yeah. And I'm now going to tell her the story of...
Which is, by the way, what the production asked him to do. But anyway, So, back to my point.
Yeah.
How was what he did with Raquel not retaliatory? Like, I'm trying to see where your brain is.
I'm not saying it. I'm not... What I hear you saying is that he purposely kissed her to retaliate against Katie, and I say it was more than that.
What do you think it was?
It was to to hide Sandoval's affair with Raquel.
Well,
that was the main feature of that kiss.
That was the perk of it, I think.
No. And they did it in plain view of everybody across the pool.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I don't think Sandoval went up to Schwartz and said, hey, go ahead and kiss Raquel. I think Raquel was like, I'm gonna start doing this. And Sandoval and Schwartz go, well, okay, she's doing this now. This is probably something we can,
I don't know we'll ever know.
But regardless, I can almost say as a fact at this point, by what the actions and words Schwartz has said in regards to this kiss, that it was to make Katie upset. Because literally they were sitting after laughing about it by the pool and saying she wanted this to happen. And you know what? Yeah. The fact that he literally said, the fact that she didn't want it to happen made me want to do it more.
Yeah,
that's retaliation. That is,
okay.
and the fact that like
I'm with you,
crying,
but I think there was more than one reason.
He was crying to her about her dating someone else before he kissed Raquel. So what do you do if someone upsets you in that way? You seek revenge by making them upset.
But that happened after the kiss, way after the kiss when he was.
No, it didn't.
The Katie and him. Oh, actually, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, this was Secrets Revealed. This was way before.
Yeah, I don't know about way before. Well, it had
this
to be
is before she saw Satchel.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
right.
No,
okay.
This is before. So all I'm saying is,
all right.
I hate the like the weaponized incompetence Schwartz does with the like. It is he because he is stupid.
Yeah,
but
no,
he plays into the stupidness
but
more.
Again,
and that's
honey.
I'm not doing that. And then when they were giggling to Katie in the back of Sir, being like, I don't know, we want to get to know each other. They were doing that out of spite and anger, and they wanted to piss Katie off. They got off on Katie.
She definitely wanted to piss off Katie for sure. But
they got
I'm
off
also
to
saying
it
wasn't the only reason, in my opinion.
They were fingering each other to it.
All right, now wait. We got to keep going, honey. We got to keep going. We got so much more. Sandoval with then Sandoval. Ariana and Sandoval and Schwartz are in Tom's apartment. Getting leaving.
Oh yeah.
It was like nuclear waste, that place. I mean, if I was a landlord, I would bring in every. The people that
I can see why he has problems with dating, because there's so many people out there who would like date him just because he's famous.
Yeah.
But it's like going into that pigsty.
Oh my God.
I'd call the authorities.
How about Raquel having to tell Peter twice that they're not going to work out?
But I also feel like I could be wrong. I really think she was trying to do that because like even Peter's reaction, he was like, okay. Like it didn't seem like he was adamant.
No, he wasn't in love with her. It's just embarrassing.
Well, that's my point.
It's embarrassing for any. The guy's 80 years old.
I think she was doing
12-year-old
that on purpose.
What?
She was doing that to humiliate him and doing that to make a big deal out of it. Both times, but she was doing it to make a bigger deal out of it.
He called on her, asked her about it because he claims he didn't remember what was said because he was too drunk.
He heard
which,
it
by
from
the way,
someone else because someone else came to tell him. He's basically saying, hey, don't go around and saying these things about me. But he didn't want to say that. He wanted her to admit to it.
But it was said to him by who? James.
Well, yeah.
Well, so why would Peter believe what James has to say?
Because if James is saying it, that means it's going around and everyone's knowing. He's basically saying, don't go around saying these things about us.
Another thing, what I saw on Raquel's face when she had this kind of smirk on her face when she says, oh, so you want me to say it again? Like she was almost happy she was saying it.
That's my point, Dad.
No.
She gets off on these. She goes on a power trip because she doesn't
ice in the veins. This girl. Let me
tell you, Raquel is not a unique type. There's a lot of people like her, especially in LA, and they're people who typically through their lives were submissive, whether it's to their parents, authority figures, and were always talked down to, and continue to be talked down to because of their shy and non-confrontational demeanor. So when they have the chance to gain any power, social power, anything like that, they will take it, and there's no remorse because it's typically, they see it as, well, this person thinks this way of me. This is how they view me. They view me as worthless, and because they see themselves as they submit so much to that instead of just standing up for themselves. You know what I mean? They become the villain, and that's why she's such a cold-hearted.
Yeah, no, it happens.
You know,
listen, I think
her parents are obviously monsters based off of what we know about them. That they basically conditioned her.
The mother's a hornball, okay?
They conditioned her to be this way. They conditioned her to be this, reality pageant.
The father, even though I agree with him about, not liking James, there's a better way of saying it. He was kind of an asshole the way he's, was.
Well, here's my thing.
But remember, mommy was James claiming, and Raquel didn't deny it. She was in the trailer. There was nothing.
Oh, yeah.
That they were talking about whether he was circumcised or not at the dinner table.
Yeah.
The mother's a hornball. All right, we got to keep going here.
Yeah.
It's Biden on the phone.
Exactly.
Roller skate date. Okay, well, let's just talk two things about that. That was the phoniest filming I've ever seen on that show, period.
And you know what I think that really was, that scene there? And you hear it. I think Ariana was starting to get suspicious. I think Ariana did know ahead of time and also was like, you know what? I'm going to start kind of putting it out there that I'm really like trying hard in this relationship and I'm not doing anything wrong, and to make this look worse, because the way she actually went in on about, you can never get me to hate Raquel. I love her so much. All these things, even after what Raquel did, which was wrong, right? I really think she had a feeling at that point and wanted to make this situation.
It's certainly possible.
I don't blame her for a second if that's the case.
Did you even see that roller skating rink?
No.
You know where it is. It's like right across the street from the Mondrianers. On that hillside there where the
I've never
car
seen that
lot
in my life.
is.
Never seen it in my life.
I know. But it wasn't. Anyway, whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Ariana defending the hell out of hers. Then we talked about Schwartz's first date. All I'm saying to you is this: it was. If I was that girl, I would have walked away the second he opened up his mouth.
Well, and it's so clear she's a fan of the show because she knew exactly. Yeah.
He claps when she enters. He claps.
Yeah. What? And then also when she says. And then she says the whole thing, well, I think he's human. And then he goes, oh, wow, thank you. Like, just baiting her. Like, this is the relationship he's looking for.
New relationship. He's got his hands.
He's looking for someone to just tell him he's
okay. Yeah. He needs it. All right. Okay. Then, Raquel, Sheena, then Raquel and Sheena, there's a scene where they're sitting down at lunch or whatever. I can't remember.
Oh, God.
And Raquel's saying that she was over at Tom's house and that, they jumped in the jacuzzi. Then she passed out in the media room. And then Tom said, go and sleep in the guest room. Then we know that the boys said she didn't sleep over when in fact she did sleep over. She was late for work. And Sheena was still buying the bullshit, even though she openly said, I know it looks like blah, blah, blah.
Well, Sheena goes, I don't know why they would lie about that. That makes you look worse.
Right.
Like, I don't know why they would.
Yeah. So she was still buying it.
In denial. But I think that's like the secrets revealed in total. It was a lot of stuff that I think that they were like, well, and they said it themselves. They're like, we couldn't even fit this on the show because of all the stuff, the new stuff that came out. But we want to show you how much has really been building up to this and how much was like, it was all kind of unfolding before, everyone's eyes.
Yeah. And again, one thing that was brought up, Tom said when they were at the Abbey, like we all went up to the Abbey. But Allie said they weren't together. In other words, they didn't go
right.
Tom and Raquel and Allie and whoever.
Sandoval implied it. Exactly. Sandoval implied, yes, that was a group setting that they were all.
When in fact it wasn't.
That Allie just saw them there. So Sandoval used that to his leverage to lie to everyone else about it and, just assume no one would I don't know. I think he really just like gave up on trying at one point. I really did. I think he was just
No, almost like he almost wanted. I mean, how many times did we see his face when the camera panned over to him when Raquel was this or Ariana was saying
Ariana.
that
He's just like,
or lying about this and lying about that,
and it's like
smiling,
I know.
smiling,
Oh God.
smiling when she was saying she was kissing
Yeah,
Garcelle's son or something or
Oliver. I know, like some
Oliver.
cuck.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, anyway. All right. So listen, here's the deal. I saw on the internet the other day. Um, what are we going to do now that Vanderpump Rules is over for the season?
Maybe have a life. Maybe go on a walk, a bike ride. Maybe look at some
do
trees.
something constructive.
Yeah, fight world hunger. Yeah, no, I mean, listen.
But we will.
As much as I am bummed it's wrapped up, I'm also like, this took a lot out of me. It took a lot of energy. It took a lot of commit. It's like watching, it's like watching a non-real. It's like watching a fictional show. It's like, I'm sad it's concluded, but man, I can do something else with my life now.
Well, and we will, of course, always have plenty of subjects to talk about.
Of course. And I bet many are probably happy that now we can talk about us and our lives and things of our interest rather than just Vanderpump Rules.
Well, Vanderpump Rules is a lot more exciting, but here's the other thing. We really, Sunset.
Selling Sunset.
Selling Sunset. I saw it all. It's pretty much. I love seeing it just because the girls are so beautiful and the clothes are just
incredible.
Kardashian Kim at Dolce Gabbana when she called the shots on all the looks for the fashion show. It's really something to see. We'll have to talk about that next time. That episode.
Yeah.
She, what she learned from herself and was
of course. At that point, if you're not as talented as she is with all of the opportunities she's had, you're wasting your life.
She's a smart girl.
Well, yeah.
She's a very capable
girl. Shown herself to be very capable of what she does. And I'll say this, that whole situation, which is an obvious, I think her relationship with Courtney, they always make it the topic. Like, I think they've agreed that they're always going to have problems on the show to have a storyline, right? Like, I don't believe that they actually have these problems in real life. Maybe they do. Maybe they do.
They kind of do, but they may be over-exaggerated.
Exactly. I think they have the actual feelings towards each other that they're able to just show on the show. They use the show as an excuse to come after each other. But what I do think, though, is that storyline is such bullshit. And for Courtney to actually, like, I don't know who is actually going to take Courtney's side in this situation.
Nobody.
Like, in what world, and if you know Courtney, right? Like, if you know her like we do, and know how anti-business and anti-this and anti-loyalty she is, right? That this shouldn't have affected her whatsoever. But the fact that it did...
Does she actually think that people, all their lives, when they think Dolce Gabbana, they think of her wedding?
God, no. I honestly forgot a couple of times who did her wedding. That was something that, like, I had to be reminded of.
You know what else we have to be reminded of? They had some big legal problem, those two guys. I forgot what the deal was, about money or something. Dolce Gabbana, we'll have to look it up.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember
next
what it was?
Episode? I don't, but I'll look into it and we'll get into the rest of it for the next episode.
All right, so other than from time to time we will reference Vanderpump Rules. We're finished with Vanderpump Rules for our podcast.
It's a wrap.
Next, whatever. And then next year is going to be interesting because we have no idea who's really all going to be on that show.
Every time I think about it, I get anxious, so I try not to.
Okay.
It's a genuine worry for me.
All right. Well, I'm worried for you, honey. Tell the people how to get a hold of us.
talktoyapod@gmail.com for any emails, questions, suggestions, etc. We're on all the platforms, Spotify, Apple, etc. And then if you want to see us on the social media, Instagram is Talk to Ya Podcast. And then our Twitter and TikTok is Talk to Ya Pod. So, I mean, you can, if you're a fan, you have a lot of access.
You can hang with us.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we are the Bobby and Sophia Flay of father-daughter podcasts.
Never compare any of us to that man.
I know you and your mother don't like Bobby, and I know he's done some things that we don't like, but he's a phenomenal chef, and she is adorable.
So is Gordon Ramsay, and far more charming.
No, well, and you swam with him.
No,
you swam with the kids.
I hung out in the hot tub with the kids. He was there, though. He was there. So.
All right, honey. I'll talk to you.
I'll talk to you.
And I love you, honey.
I love you. Bye.
Okay, boo. Love you. Talk to you.
Love you. Talk to you.